All right, guys, so if I had to start an AI agency again, completely from zero, restarting in 2026, and I needed to hit $10,000 a month in the next 90 days, here's exactly how I'd go about doing it. So there's kind of 5 key steps I look at when you start an agency that you have to go through and make sure you complete. Number 1 on the left here is make sure you pick your niche or your industry of clients that you want to work with, right? So when it comes to picking your niche, in this video, I'm going to be talking about this more in depth, but it's super important that you pick the right industry of clients to work with, because if you don't pick a good industry, like, you're just going to work with the wrong people and you're probably not going to see any success, right? So picking the industry of clients that you'd want to work with. Step 2 is picking your offer and pricing. So literally the offer of your service. How do you position your service? How do you price your service? How do you price your whole AI agency kind of offer that you're going to sell to the people in the market that you chose, right? Step 3 is system setup. So this is everything inside of GoHighLevel, which is a very well-known CRM. And it's kind of the simple stuff. It's the boring stuff like your funnel, your calendar, making sure people can actually book appointments with you, and kind of just the back-end setup stuff that's kind of simple and easy, but it's a little bit tedious. Next is making AI ads. So this is image and video ads. So of course, everyone knows AI has gotten bigger and better than ever before, but today you can literally have all of the ads you run for yourself and for your clients all done through an AI prompt that could take 30 seconds to make on ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you guys in this video how I'm doing them today in my own agency. Next is close client live on sales call. So this is literally these steps, kind of 5 key steps you need to take from picking your industry all the way up to closing your client live, right? So there's kind of 3 big things businesses need to make money in this whole AI agency space, right? Number 1 is leads and potential customers, right? So this is, most businesses need this, right? But this is just new potential customers that come in through the door that are either going to use their service or pay them money, okay? It's just a lead. It's a new potential customer. So every business needs that. Step 2 is every business wants these leads to ideally turn into sales appointments. Who wants just a big list of a bunch of phone numbers and emails and all that type of stuff when we could just have these booked on our client's calendar, you know? And then lastly, of course, they make money off these sales appointments if they're closed and they're done properly. And then, of course, they make money from that, right? So our job as an AI agency is to kind of bridge that gap, right? We want to give our clients in this industry that we choose everything from the leads all the way up to getting them an appointment on their calendar. And that's how we're paid in proportion. That's how I am charging my own AI agency offer today for anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 upfront. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to talk about in this video how I would recommend pricing your service depending on where you're at in your journey, right? So step 1 is you need to pick your niche, right? So what type of businesses can benefit from this whole system that we're going to give them? And again, I'm going to talk more in depth about your system in just a second. So really, number 1, picking your industry. How can we, who can we sell this to? So there's kind of 3 different big buckets I look at. There's home service, there's professional services, and then this one's kind of cut off here, but it's high ticket online businesses, right? So home service could be like roofing companies, HVAC companies, pool builders, solar companies, landscaping, etc. So kind of the simple home servicing, niches that you would think of that are out there. I can name a few other ones, which is like pool building. That's a big industry. Another one is fencing. I haven't heard many people in the fencing niche. Another one is like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, right? Just more niche specific. And there's so much opportunity because there's a bunch of businesses in these kind of, I guess you could say, buckets in these industries that are always looking for more potential customers, and they just don't have enough. Their calendars are empty, and they need someone to help them with that. And they will pay big dollars to get that. I'm telling you from experience, people will pay a lot of money to have a full calendar for their team because, just a few appointments for a roofer could be tens of thousands of dollars. So it's extremely valuable, the service that we can give to them, and that's kind of how we bridge the gap. Next is like professional services. So this could be bookkeepers, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, accounting firms, law firms, etc. There's obviously a lot more industries than what I'm showing you here. But another big one here is like med spa, clinics, dentists, lawyers. So not just law firms, but like personal injury attorneys. There's a lot of different sub niches that you can think of when you pick your niche. And then when it comes to high ticket online businesses, there's like marketing agencies, consulting, info products, coaches. I think these are really good, but I think the number 1 key part if you're going to go into this bucket here is you need to have prior experience doing that. And most people probably haven't ran a marketing agency or a consulting company or an info product before. So they're better off going after the home services and the professional services, in my best opinion. So you're probably asking yourself, or you're probably asking me, is like, Carson, how do I pick my niche? Like, what do I pick? Because do I pick 2? Do I just test them? What do I do? Now, the best answer here I can give you is pick something that you have some sort of personal relationship with, or you have some like past experience with. So it was as simple for me 3 years ago on this channel when I was dirt broke at 16 years old. I knew a lot of real estate agents. So it was familiar for me, and I went after real estate agents. For you, your dad might be a roofer, right? Or he might run an HVAC company. Or you might know a lot of people in certain industries and you've gotten some knowledge by talking with those people. Or maybe you're trying to become a real estate agent and getting your license. You should maybe go after real estate agents then. Or you're going to be a lawyer. Maybe law firms is a good industry. The whole point is pick something you have some sort of kind of like a background context in, because that's going to give you a massive edge when you try to go sell to these people, because you kind of understand their pain points, their problems a little bit more than industry that you might just have no clue about, right? So that's the biggest thing. Stick with what you know and don't take too long to make this decision. A lot of people get wrapped up in this whole AI agency kind of game is they spend a lot of time trying to figure out their industry and make it all perfect, when realistically, there's no perfect niche out there. It's not like you're going to go just work with roofers and then you switch to HVAC and then you're going to become a multi-millionaire. It's not how it works, right? It's time in the game and it's sticking with something. So just know, pick something you have a personal relationship with. That's extremely, extremely important, okay? And yeah, I mean, that's kind of as simple as it is when it comes to picking your niche. And then the second thing is don't go after multiple industries, and don't go too broad, right? Some of you guys know me because my agency worked with stem cell clinics. Like, that's so specific and so niche. It's not med spas. It's not, this super broad industry. We work with stem cell clinics. That's specifically what my agency does. And we charge a lot of money to those people. So get specific about it and don't choose multiple, because you're going to be average at all and a master of none. And that's never the person who operates like that is never paid the most. So pick one, stick with it, and go after it, because I can guarantee you, every industry works. There's just different pros and cons. Okay. And that's why you want to take your edge into the industry with whatever past experience you have and run with it. So that's step one. You need to pick your industry here, right? Of businesses that can benefit with this AI agency service. Step two is we need to pick our offer and our pricing. Okay. So there's 3 different main key pricing you can do here. So there's PIF plus retainer. So this means PIF is kind of in short for pay in full plus retainer. Then there's just flat out retainer model. And then there's pay per deal / pay per appointment. Okay. So I'm going to break each of these down and I'm going to give you guys what I recommend you do based on your scenario. So what my agency does is we do PIF and retainer. The reason this is we charge $15,000. Yes, $15,000, if not more, upfront to these stem cell clinics we work with. And that's how we're paid. And then after the first 90 days, that kind of covers the first 90 days. So if you break it down, it's technically $5,000 a month, but they pay it to us in full. That's why it's called PIF. And then every month after the first 90 days, they pay us, anywhere from like $2,500 to $4,000. Like, it can vary, right? So for you, you might be asking, well, Carson, maybe I work with roofers or I work with solar companies. What should I be charging them? And this all comes down to your confidence level and your sales ability and your sales experience, and also your appearance. And I know that's kind of a controversial one, but it's extremely important in sales. For anyone that's been in sales that's watching this video, you understand how important it is and how big of a difference someone who's good at sales and someone who's not experienced in sales, it makes on, sales calls. It's a massive difference, and it's the difference between someone who can charge maybe barely $1,000 and someone who can charge multiple 5 figures, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Sales is extremely important. So if you're sitting here watching this and you're like, Carson, I don't have a lot of experience, then maybe you should start off charging maybe $3,000 up front. And that covers the first 90 days. And then after that, it's maybe $1,000 a month. Or, if you're charging $5,000, maybe it's $1,500 a month, after the first 90 days. I always like to bundle it with this model here, and you get a lot of cash up front so you could reinvest back into your own marketing to get that next batch of clients with what that one client paid you. And I'm going to talk about how to get clients in just a moment using AI. Cool. So offer here it's a very simple one, but you can run something like get X more X within the next 90 days using our AI system, or you don't pay. So what this could be is, let's say you work with real estate agents. Okay. That's your niche that you chose right here, right? You're going to say here on your offer, get 10 more listing appointments within the next 90 days with our AI system, or you don't pay. That's what we're going to market to real estate agents as our service. And that is what's going to be hopefully what has them book a call with us, and we're going to sell them on that call. Again, in a minute, I'm going to talk about how you're going to book sales appointments, but it's extremely crucial that you have a good, what I like to call 1-sentence offer explanation. Because if you can nail this and you can make this appealing, then everyone in the industry is probably, or most people in your niche, are going to want to work with you, or they're going to want to learn more because it's intriguing. If you don't give someone a good, tangible offer that makes them want to opt in, then they're probably not going to opt in. Okay. So pricing, it can be anywhere from 3 to 10K up front. If you're wanting to charge less, that's totally fine as well. Like I charged back on this YouTube channel 3 years ago when I started documenting, I started my social media marketing agency. I was charging like, I want to say it was $300 for 3-week trials. Like I did whatever I could. But the point is, for your first couple clients, do what you can to get the deal. And then I always put here, client always covers all other expenses. It's very important to note, because as we're going to run ads for these clients and as we're going to set up what's called an AI caller for these clients, it's the big 2 kind of key services we're going to do, is client always pays the ad spend. They pay the software fees. They pay the AI caller stuff. That never comes out of your pocket. So this is mainly profit here, assuming you don't have any team members. Okay. So that's PIF plus retainer. Now that's great if you have some sales experience and you are confident with this. For most of you, I think these 2 options are probably going to be the best if you have 0 experience. All right. If you do have experience, like I said, this is a great, very lucrative one. But retainer, all it is like a monthly retainer you're going to charge. Okay. So instead of the intimidating PIF, so the pay in full that you're pitching people, $10,000, $5,000 up front for 90 days, you split it up. Okay, so you say it's the same offer you're gonna do maybe. So get 10 more listing appointments in the next 90 days with our AI system where you don't pay, and then pricing, it'll be $2,000 a month after 90 days. So it'll be like technically $6,000 for the 90 days, or you can make it $1K a month. So then it's $3K for 90 days, and then you adjust the monthly price after that accordingly, right? So this is just more like a little bit easier to sell if you're more of a beginner in sales, depending on your kind of sales ability. It's that. Now, I recommend everyone to start with this. And if you really don't find any results here, you just struggle on a lot of sales calls, you've taken 10, 20 calls and just you haven't been able to convert anyone, this is a great offer to do when you're just trying to get your foot in the door. So this is the whole pay per deal / pay per appointment or pay per job, depending on whatever industry you're in, offer. So this means you go to businesses and you say, it could be the same offer, but you just say on a pay on results basis. And then the pricing could be like $100 per appointment you generate the client. Okay. What client's going to say no to that, right? They still pay the ad spend, of course, like that all comes out of their pocket, but they don't directly pay you until you get them results. If you have no clients right now and like you've been struggling to get clients, your sales calls haven't gone well, and you just want some clients, this is the best offer to do because it's hard for people to say no. It's genuinely an irresistible offer. Okay. So pick your offer, pick your pricing. I just gave you guys a bunch of examples here, and then we'll run into step number 3. So once we have this done, we have our niche picked, we have our offer and pricing done. We're going to set up what's called our booking funnel and calendar. Okay. So this is all inside of a platform called GoHighLevel. And if you guys have watched my content before, you guys know I have been using this platform since I started my agency. Pretty much every agency owner I know, at the small levels, at the big levels, even millions a month, they all use GoHighLevel. It's the best platform out there because you kind of have to have one centralized, almost like just tool you use to hold everything. And GoHighLevel is exactly that. So down below this video, there's going to be a link where you can sign up to HighLevel. You're going to get 30 days for free. And once you sign up with that link, you get a bunch of bonuses like the snapshots. So these funnels that I'm going to show you here in a second that you see on screen here, where everything's already set up. It's all templatized, all the emails, all the websites, scripts, templates, literally everything you could imagine, I give to you guys in there. So the second you sign up with that link below, you're going to get an email with that, and I'll quickly jump over to HighLevel and show you what I mean. So go to sites right here. Once you have everything signed up, you're going to import what's called my snapshot that I sent to you over email, and then you're going to get all these different websites, client onboarding funnel, different ads funnels, everything that you can use for yourself, okay, because it's all templatized. So I'm going to go with this one right here, which is just a direct to calendar funnel. So if you're not familiar with what a funnel is, essentially everyone's probably been through them, but it's like, imagine you land on a page like this, right? Where you're supposed to book a call, and then you book the call and then it goes to another page. That's a funnel. It's just you're kind of getting funneled down through different websites for different purposes. So whole point is we need to set up our calendar. So you set up your calendar very easily inside of HighLevel. You go to calendar settings right here. And then boom, you can just set up your calendar like here, like so. I already give you guys the whole setup and everything. You can adjust, of course, your availability and whatnot. Right here. So weekdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. But I set it all up for you guys when you guys import the snapshot. So it's all good. And then it will sync right into this funnel right here. So your availability will be right here. And then you can, of course, this whole website is templatized. So you plug in that offer you just made right here. So let's say your offer is real estate agents looking to scale past 3 listings per month, or implement AI into your business to scale to 10 plus extra listing listings per year or something like that, right? You can kind of just spin it, make the offer sound good, and then you're going to have a calendar for people to be able to book into right below it. Once people book this call, they're going to get shot to what's called a pre-call page. So this is every single time you get a sales appointment booked on your calendar from people in your niche that they book right here, they need to go to a page that has a bunch of expectations. So again, this is already all templatized and built out for you guys. You just want to film a 3 to 10 minute video, just aligning expectations, telling them what they need to know before showing up to the sales call with you. Never frame it as a sales call. You can frame it as like a game plan call or an implementation call or a discovery call. These are all great ways to do it. It's just a call you're going to have with them probably on Zoom, and you're going to pitch your service to them. Okay, so just in a quick video you're going to film here, you just plug it into GoHighLevel. They have a really, really good website builder as you click and edit everything. Super good. And it's just a quick video that you're just going to say, hey, make sure you show up to this call. Don't have a baby screaming in the back or bad Wi-Fi or sitting in the car. Make sure you show up to this call, ready environment. You're good to go. And it's just the good expectations you want to set for these people to make sure they show up to the call. Because a big thing, as every business faces that books, has a call funnel with what this is they have no-shows. So you want to mitigate the amount of no-shows you have of people just not showing up to your call. And that's mainly starts through the expectations you set here. Next is going to be step 3. Watch these little bite-sized videos on how our mechanisms, you can kind of call your AI listing system or your AI system, will work. And then you kind of go through a set of videos, almost pre-handling objections before the sales call. This is something I've done. It's worked really, really well. I don't see a lot of other people talk about this online, but it's super, super good. Okay. Where you can kind of make like 1 to 2 minute videos handling each objection before they jump on the call, right? Like, how much does this cost? I've been burned before. How do I know this isn't a scam, et cetera, et cetera. Valid questions that people ask, right? So once we have that and we have our GoHighLevel set up, completely good to go, we have a booking calendar and we have a funnel, we are ready to jump into step number 4. So a big question people ask is, Carson, great, I have my niche, I have my offer, my pricing, my backend GoHighLevel set up. How do I actually book sales calls? How do I close clients? There's 3 key ways to close clients and acquire clients and book sales calls on your calendar, because that's what it starts with. There's cold outreach right here. There's organic content, and then there's paid ads. All right. Now, there's different buckets what I would recommend based on different scenarios, and there's obviously a vast amount of different people watching this video right now. So I'll segment it real quick. If you are broke, and I mean you have $0, right? The best recommendation I have for you before doing cold outreach, because this is the free method, is actually get a job. And I know that sounds crazy. You've probably never heard anyone's kind of say that on YouTube before, but I'm so dead serious, because paid ads was the hack. 2 years ago, I remember starting it very vividly. That's what took my agency from about 2 to 3K a month when I was about 16, 17 years old, all the way up to 15, 20K a month. That was what exploded it. And it's because you can book sales appointments literally in your sleep. Okay, you have the algorithms work for you, and advertisements just work while you sleep and find the right people. Literally warm prospects that want to buy your service. That's what paid ads does. Now, of course, it's in the name. It costs money. It's paid. So if you don't have money, I recommend you get a job. But in the rare scenario that you're maybe 14 years old and you just can't get a job, you can't just work at McDonald's and use that money for ad spend, for your paid ads. Cold outreach is the way to go. You can do this through many different platforms like LinkedIn, DMs, Instagram, cold calls. Set a daily target and KPI if you do this that you have to hit every day. Because the biggest reason people quit online business in general is due to giving up. And it's because generally they go the cold outreach way. And it's hard. I'm just being straight up. If anyone's watched this and you've done cold calls before, you can probably attest to it. It's not easy. All right. And that's for a reason. That's why most people quit. Next is organic content. This is a great way, but it's a snowball. It takes a long time to push it before you get any momentum. But this is where you make videos on maybe reels on Instagram or YouTube videos or X posts, targeting the niche you want to work with, right? So let's say, again, real estate agents is the example. I'd be posting a bunch of reels and YouTube videos about how to get real estate agent clients, and how real estate agents can 10x their business using AI, and just give them a bunch of tips and pointers and things they'd find valuable, okay? Because that's going to make them trust you more and want to work with you more. And all the links to the descriptions, you're just going to have your booking calendar, right? You're going to have this funnel here that I already kind of just went through and showed you guys. That's already all templatized. You're going to have this in the descriptions. So there's a way for people to book with you, okay? Now, if you do organic content, just know it's a long game. Don't expect yourself to close a bunch of clients overnight. But also an expectation thing, if you do this, is don't be too worried about views, okay? A lot of people are super worried about views. And I've seen people post a video on YouTube targeting solar companies that got 150 views. And they made $18,000 off that video because 3 people bought for $6K each. So don't underestimate the algorithms. They're extremely powerful. And if your messaging is correctly, placed in the title where you call out the industry you're trying to work with, your niche, YouTube will place that video in front of the right people. And I'm telling you, YouTube is a cheat code if you're trying to do this, okay? So this will book sales calls. It's just very inconsistent. Same thing with cold outreach. Now, paid ads. This is a absolute game changer. Now, everyone asks me, Carson, I want to do paid ads, but how much budget do I need to have? I would tell you at least $30 a day in USD. So it's about $900 a month, but $30 a day, if you can spend that amount of money, in most niches out there, you can get some results. You can book some sales calls and you're going to have some more opportunities. In my personal opinion, it's a much better method than doing cold outreach. I'd rather work a job at McDonald's, make some money there, put that money into paid ads, and then predictably book sales calls. So I'm not always wondering where my next sales call is on the calendar. So what paid ads is, and if you're not familiar, it's just where you run ads on Meta, Facebook, and Instagram. It's it. That's it. It's literally you're going to run ads using the whole 1-sentence offer explanation that we just went through here. You're going to talk about, it could be a simple static ad that I'm going to show you guys how to make in a second, where you just say, get 10 more listing appointments in the next 90 days using our AI system or you don't pay. Simple, right? That's the offer you say. And then you just create a bunch of ads around that. It could be video, it could be image ads. And then now you get predictable lead flow because you're spending money with the algorithm to place this content in front of the right people. Now, I'm going to show you guys a few tools that I've been using recently inside of my agency that have been absolute game changers as far as results when I run ads. So number one is a platform called Ideogram. You guys can look them up right here on Google. Extremely good when it comes to image ad generation. I have not seen anything that beats it. So all you do is you sign up. You can get, I think, about maybe 20 ads for free first. And you just literally type in the prompt that you want. Okay. So let's say the prompt is, please generate me, I don't know, a certain ad. I'll show you guys one I did for my agency. Like you can literally just go into ChatGPT, ask it to make you a prompt for the niche. So let's just say, make me a simple image ad prompt. Okay. I'll take this over. Again, this is just for this example, but make it around your niche and explain your offer in there. So if I go to Ideogram, you just simply place it right here, click generate. It'll probably take, I don't know, literally under 10 seconds to make. So we'll just let it do its thing. Cool. So I think it was based off like my previous ChatGPT history. So it's how it did it. But look at this. It just made 4 different variations of different ads. And I'll show you guys some of the stuff I've ran before. So stem cell clinics, right? Let's just show you this right here. Get more booked patients, pre-sold, educated, ready to buy. Like, look at all these. It makes all of these different ones. And it's this platform, I think even when you pay for it, I have 394 credits. It's like $10 a month. I get 400 ads, different ads that I can test for $10 a month, and the free version gives you 20, I believe. So it'll generate multiple different variations at a time so you can do testing. Super good. The next platform I want to show you guys is ArcAds. So you guys look up the platform just called arcads.ai. It's really good. It's $10 per video, but I'm telling you guys, it's a game changer. So all you do is you literally add in a script. So it's going to be like a 45 seconds to 1 minute of a script. Again, you can have ChatGPT help you with this ad script as well, where you talk about your offer. Okay. Once that's done, you literally can go through all these different actors. So you paste your script right here, where I have this right here, and then you add actors and you can pick throughout all these different actors. They have so many on this platform, and you can just select multiple, right? Each video is, I think, $9 or $10. So like you can play quick demos if it'll play.
Hey you, welcome to ArcAds. I'm one of the natural AI actors you can use for your ads. Create a script you think will work well, choose some actors, and let the magic happen.
Hey you, welcome to ArcAds. I'm one of the natural AI. Hey you, welcome to ArcAds. I'm one of the natural AI.
So this is all AI, guys. So you can pick multiple variations like I did here, and then I'll show you guys an example of what a real estate agent script could look like if you're targeting real estate agents.
Are you a real estate agent who is still struggling to get more listings in 2025? In the next 60 seconds, I am going to show you my team, and I are helping over 100 agents like yourself make more money for less work and less time needed than ever before using AI in 2025. No need to use Zillow, referrals, or cold call ever again. Here's how it works. We will implement our AI marketing system. Will do all the heavy lifting for you. It will get you the seller leads, qualify them, and book them directly into your calendar for you to close. And all while following up with leads that don't answer the phone, all on autopilot. And the best part, it's all completely done for you, which means we will do all the back-end setup for your business to launch in under 5 days.
Boom. So if you guys want to see the script here on the right, I'll kind of just show you right quick. So if you wanted to make this for your niche, but this is how simple it is, guys. You don't have to be a super, creative, camera genius. You can make all these ads at 3 a.m. eating Cheetos on the couch, and you're going to have super good looking human, professional ads alongside AI image ads if you wanted to test them too, that then you can go upload to these platforms. And I'm telling you, they're crushing. I don't know how long this is going to last for, but it's almost one of those golden opportunities where we use this for our clients that I work with in my agency, and also for myself, right? For all the ads I use to target people in my niche. So that's the hack. Absolute hack. I 100% recommend it. Ideogram for images and arc ads for videos are absolute game changers. And then step 5 is you take sales calls live and close. So I've shown a lot of examples of this on my channel on how to take sales calls. But you pretty much just jump on the call. You go through kind of 3 key stages. Number 1, some small talk, I guess. You can kind of go through it. There's kind of 4 key stages, which is jump on the call, have some small talk with them, just introduce yourself, get to know them a little bit, and then jump into what's called the discovery phase, where you're going to go through strictly just questions you have for them about their business, everything like that. And once you have enough kind of idea about what they're struggling with and what they need help with, you jump into your sort of like your pitch deck, essentially. So everything you're offering, what you do, how our AI agency service is going to help you and book more appointments for you and make you more money. And then third, or I guess fourth, kind of in this case, is your pitch. So you pitch them with the price, you go through objections, and you close them on the call. That's pretty much the whole service, guys, A to Z, and that's how I'd start from today. Literally, like if I was starting today, I would go through these 5 steps. I would go through, I have a 10-hour free AI agency course that I just posted a week ago on my YouTube channel. So I'd probably go take a look at that too. But there's enough information to succeed out there. It's just you have to go after it and you have to attack it. You have to move with speed. Don't wait around, right? Just like I said with the niche, right? Don't sit around for weeks deciding your industry. Pick one, have conviction behind it. Make sure you do your research. You can go back and forth with ChatGPT and stick with it for at least 3 to 6 months. Don't get shiny object syndrome and think the grass is greener on the other side, because trust me, it's not. I've seen way too many people do that, and the most successful agency owners that I know personally have just stuck in an industry, even if it looks super boring, for years. And that's why they're at where they're at, making multiple 6 figures a month. And that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So guys, that being said, hopefully this made sense. Hopefully you guys found value out of this video. And if you guys want to get access directly to get mentored one-on-one by me, pretty much get my phone number, everything I include, kind of just more on like a private level. You just kind of get to talk with me with all the questions you might have when you're setting up this whole business. There's going to be a link in the description to get one-on-one mentorship directly from me. And of course, use my GoHighLevel link below if you want all the resources I was just showing you around pretty much everything. I also host monthly calls for people that use that link as well, where you can ask me questions on just a Q&A basis. And that's pretty much it, guys. So hopefully this helped. Hope you found this valuable. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you liked below in the comments, and I'll see you guys inside the next video. Peace.